Fifth grade, fifth grade, fifth grade, fifth grade. It is time to practice comparing decimals. And it is time to practice ordering decimals. Do you like that? No, you don't. Did I ask? No, I didn't. You've got to know this information for your test tomorrow. So, sorry. Too bad, so sad. All right, let's practice comparing decimals. Step number one, you've got to line them up. Step number two, you got to go to the greatest place and start comparing each individual place until you find a place that is different. Step number three, find out which one is greater and then put in the correct sign. The correct sign will be greater than, less than, or equal to. So, pause the video, solve that problem. 89 thousandths is greater than, less than, or equal to 89 hundredths. Show your work, pause the video, come back when you're finished. Do that now. All right, here we go. Step number one, I'm going to take 89 thousandths. Put it on top. Make sure I line up 89 hundredths. And remember, I like to put the columns. Keep it nice and organized. There's a blank space here. You put a 0 there as a placeholder. And now you just simply compare each place until you find one that's different. Start with the greatest place. Here it is, the ones place. They're both the same. I can't use it. The tenths place. They're both the same. I can't use it. The hundredths place. They're both the same. I can't use it. The thousandths place. They're both the same. That means the answer to this one is equal to. That's correct, students. 89 thousandths is the same as 89 hundredths. They're both the same because this 0 on the end here has no value. If you got equal to, very good. Let's try it again. Solve this one. 5 and 733 thousandths greater than, less than, or equal to 5 and 693 thousandths. Don't just look at it and guess your answer. Work it out on your sheet of paper and come up with the right conclusion. Pause the video. All right, let's see how good or bad you did. Step number one. Write down the first number. Then line up the other one underneath. Make sure the decimals are stacked on top of each other. That will make all the places. I have no need to put a 0 here. Put your columns. Now let's compare. The ones place, they're the same. I can't use it. All right, the tenths place, I have two different numbers here. A 7 and a 6. The 7 is bigger than the 6. That means this top number here is the biggest number. Let me find that number. Here it is right here. That means I know what symbol is going to go in here. The greater than sign. Make sure the open part always faces the biggest number. This is how this number reads. 5 and 733 thousandths is greater than 5 and 693 thousandths. I hope you got that right because you are smart. All right, the last compare problem we are going to work on or review. Pause the video and try that one, and we'll check your answer when you are finished. Pause the video. All right, let's see how bad you did. I mean good, how good you did. Take the first number, 9 and 707 thousandths. Take the second number, 9 and 717 thousandths. Make sure the decimals are lined up. Make sure the places are lined up. Make sure you have your columns. Now, let's check each place until we find one that is different. In the ones place, 9 and 9, can't use it. The tenths place, 7 and 7, can't use it. The hundredths place, 0 and 1, I can use it. The 1 is the biggest number. That means this bottom number is the biggest number. I have to find it. There it is. Now I got to figure out what sign to put in this box. Remember, the open side always goes toward the biggest number. That is the less than side. So this is how it reads. 9 and 707 thousandths is less than 9 and 717 thousandths. You are very smart. Now, let's practice ordering decimals, greatest to least. Now, after my video, I have included another video for you to practice this some more. We're going to practice this 3 times, and then you're going to practice it some more in the other video that I shared with you, and then you're going to get on to your assignment. So, number 4, order those numbers greatest to least. We practiced that yesterday. Let's see how much you remember. Pause the video. All right, let's see how well you did. Step number 1 is the same as step number 1 when you are comparing decimals. You take all 3 of these numbers and you line them up according to their place. So let's take this first number. The second number. The last number. And there we have it. Now, the instructions are greatest to least. That means I'm just going to put a G. My greatest number is going to be first. My least number is going to be last. So let's figure out what's going on here. I divide them up by the columns. I go to the hundreds place. They're all the same. I can't use it. I go to the tens place. Now, I have a 7, I have an 8, and I have an 8. 7 is smaller than 8. That means this top number here is my smallest number. And then I got to figure out between the next two which is going to be the greatest and which is going to be in the middle. So I can go ahead and get rid of this number. I know where it goes. It will go here because it is the least number. So 878 and 403 thousandths is the smallest number. But now I'm done with this number. Now I got to work on these two. I can't use the tens place. Let's go to the ones. 7 and 7. I can't use the ones place. Let's go to the tenths place. I've got a 3. I've got a 0. 3 is greater than 0. That means this right here is my biggest number. 887 and 304,000. And that makes this bottom number, the one that goes in the middle, 887 and 43,000. That's how you order greatest to least. Same thing here. I'm going to leave this one up here for an example. Do number 5. 1, 2, 3 numbers. Order greatest to least. Pause the video and get that done and get it right. All right, let's see how good or how bad you did. Hopefully good. All right, step number 1, like I said, line it up. 435 and 566,000. 436 and 565,000. 435 and 665,000. They're all lined up perfectly. Put them in columns. 1, 2, 3. My greatest number on top, my smallest number or least number on the bottom. Let's begin. The hundreds place, all the same. I can't use them. The tens place, all the same. I can't use them. Now, the ones place. I got a 5, I got a 6, and I got a 5. This right here will tell me my greatest number. 6 is bigger than 5 and 5. That means 436 and 565 is my greatest number. 6 is bigger than both of the 5s here. So let me write that here so I will be finished with it. Done with that number. Now I got to figure out what my next two are going to be. 5 and 5 in the ones place. Can't use it. 5 and 6 in the tenths place. I can use that. Okay? Greatest to least. That means I got to put my biggest number out of those two here and my smallest number last. 6 is bigger than 5. That means this bottom number will go in the middle. 435 and 665,000. And then my final number will go on the bottom. 435 and 566,000. Easy, easy, easy. Let's practice this one more time, but this time I want you to put those numbers from least to greatest, not greatest to least, not largest to smallest, smallest to largest. Least to greatest. Pause the video, get that done. All right, let's see how bad or good you did. Take the first number. The The second number, make sure you line up the decimals. The third number, make sure you line up the decimals. Divide it up into columns. I have some blank spaces. I'm going to put zeros there. This is the smallest number or the least. This is the greatest number or the biggest number. All right, let's begin. The ones place. I got a 7, an 8, and an 8. The 7 is smaller than both 8s. I already got the smallest number. 7 and 3/100 is the smallest number. Now I got to figure out the next two. In the ones place, I got an 8 and an 8. I can't use it. In the tens place, I got a 0 and a 1. There we go. 0 is smaller than 1. And then we have 8 and 16/100. There you have it, little 5th graders. That is how you compare and order decimals. You've got one more video to watch. There's practice in that, so make sure you have a sheet of paper out ready to go. And then after that, you have an assignment for a grade. And if you do well on that assignment, you'll be ready for your test tomorrow. That's good.